And once again, welcome back to Satisfactory, guys. Today's episode, we're going to get violent. Yes, bullets, bombs, we're going to blow stuff up, we're going to shoot it. Oh, it's terrible. Everything's going to die. Probably even me. Right, we need some more coal. Oh, we can't really split that little line that's going to the steel factory and the mortar factory, so we need to find a new source. Luckily, I found one just over in this direction here, the way I'm going. We need sulfur as well. And even more luckier, they're pretty close to each other. The only problem is the coal's in a pretty awkward place. Since we have to mix the sulfur and the coal together to make the black powder, which you make for bombs and bullets, I'm thinking we'll make a little factory on its own just for that purpose. Then we'll send that to another factory that creates the bombs and the bullets. That's the plan anyway. Let's see how it works out. So just ahead of us and going up, that is where the coal mine is. There was, what, 2 or 3 dogs? I think there were fire ones as well, spewing fire at you. Pretty awkward, killed them. I think I survived, but obviously I'm still alive. And the sulfur mine here, I built this a long time ago for the SAM research, because you had to unlock Caterium, what was it, sulfur and crystal. Yeah, so this was me, sulfur mine. God, I'll get there in the end, won't I? I was thinking of having the factory somewhere around this area, so I could stick it on top of the coal mine, or just stick it on top of the sulfur mine. Either would do, really, as long as it's out of the way. Just as long as I get above the treetops. Just I don't want to mess about, like, having to cut trees down on that. So I'll quickly just build the stairs up and up and up until we get to the top here, this little mountain. It's not that big, really. And then we'll figure out where we're going to put the coal mine and the factory and everything else I can think of right now. It is getting quite dark, isn't it? It is about this point where the dogs start spewing fire at you. The coal mine is on the left-hand side there, right on the other side of this little... What is it, like a mountaintop, I guess you would call it? Be very careful running across here. We'll put the light on. I've nearly fallen down a few times. There's like a... The mountain's a bit weird. It's got like a big drop, so... I don't know if there's 2 of them, 1 or 2 drops. Yeah, be very careful. That's what you're falling down into. Yeah, right here, that's where the drop is, yeah. And here's the coal mine. So I'm just going to put the belts over the other side, roughly to where the sulfur mine is. Then we'll figure out the position of the factory from there. Oh, is that it? That's one of the drops, yeah. There's 2 of them. You don't even realise they're there until you're like, boom, you're straight down. So I'll roughly just keep pointing towards the stairs. That's where the sulfur mine is, I think. Yeah, we'll just leave the belt there for now. It's good enough. Right, we're going to need some power for this mine. Otherwise, it won't be running anyway, will it? The actual main factory that's going to build the bullets and the bombs or explosives, whatever you want to call them, roughly point towards where the mortar factory is, really. There's plenty of iron deposits here, and that's what we're mainly going to need. So now let's get the power line all the way back towards the sulfur factory. Without dying, that would be good. Crap, I nearly went down the hole. See what I mean? You just don't see it coming. Right, let's delete the rest of the stairs. We shouldn't need these anymore. As soon as I build the factory, I'll just do some sort of stair line across to there, in case we have to go to the mine again. I'm thinking we'll put the first foundation somewhere in this sort of forest area. Just build straight up, get to the treetops, and then we can actually get a clear view of what sort of shape the factory's going to be. I'm sorry guys, it's a big apology from me. The video file for actually building the factory got corrupted, so to be honest, it's not really that detailed a factory you need to go into. It's coal and sulfur comes together, it makes black powder, use an assembler, boom. That's about it really. You can see it's a tiny one floor factory. That's it really. I'm sorry the footage got lost. Beyond my control. So, plan of attack, what is it? Right, we need to split the coal mine into two because you've got to make steel, and I can't tap that under the belt anymore, so we're going to tap this one. What else do we need? We need to send... What else do we need to send? The black powder, yeah. So we need to send the black powder and the coal to where the new factory is going to be. Right, after a quick joint of base, I'm back again. Got more building materials. Let's build a belt for, what is it, the black powder. Will it fit there? Yeah, that should be good there. On we go to the lift and down to the other side. So this is the spot for the iron mines. They're all pretty close, more than enough for what we need. The copper mine, it's a few hundred meters away. Again, that's not too bad really. We'll drag it all the way up here if we have to. Right, now we're up in the clouds. Let's quickly rebuild the stairs. I just did a quick one just to get up there. I couldn't get the stairs to the trees from down below. So hopefully going the other way, I should be okay. Yay, we managed to get there. Yeah, we're going through the trees. It's slightly awkward, but who cares? Eventually when we get the hypertube sorted, we won't have to do this again anyway. It's mainly there in case we run out of electricity, which we should never do. Let's delete these stairs. Then we'll put some walls, floors, ceilings, electricity, all that good stuff down. Right, let's power up the hypertube entrance, and why is it not working for? Oh, we've got no electricity. Idiot. Yeah, it's official, I'm an idiot. There's definitely no electricity. Right, what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to have a hypertube straight across to the black powder factory. I'm going to have it really high, way above the clouds, well, the treetops anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a path straight to there. That'll give us roughly the right direction. Then we'll build poles to the ground right up. You'll see what I'm doing anyway. It's going to look good. That's all you need to know. Well, that didn't turn out too bad. It was pretty easy. I think it's reasonably level. That's a bit of a hill there, but I can live with that. But way above the treetops. We'll delete all this little walkway and all we'll be left with the poles and the hypertubes. Think it looks alright? Oh no, I've made a major boo-boo. You see that orange floor? That shouldn't be there. That should be glass. Oh, I can't take it. I'm going to have to delete that section. Don't hate me. Right, OCD moment averted. The whole factory has gone up one single level. I know. You're thinking, why have you done that? It did take half an hour, but it looks better. So we've got to be quite clever with the design here because we have to have items coming from one side of the factory and items coming from the other side. So on this side we're going to have the stuff we're going to make. So in this case we're going to do the steel from the iron and the coal. The copper's got to come this way as well, but we'll sort that out in a bit. So first off, let's put the forges down and we'll get some steel made. Right, that's the foundry set up. Next we need the iron ore to come in and the coal. The coal is coming from the other side. So we might have to put a different entrance in. We'll figure it out. Next thing to do is we'll get the lift sorted, get the iron ore up to the steel mills, and then we've got to figure out how to get the coal up there as well. Yeah, a bit of guesstimation involved here. We just got to figure out, does that look level to you? What about that one? Oh, I don't know if that one's a smidgen higher than the other one. Can I live with it? I don't know. Right, the ore is a floor. Let's delete this ramp and we need to find that copper. Pretty sure it's only a few hundred meters away. I'm liking it. A factory in the trees. After we find the copper, the real big problem we've got totally is rubber. There isn't any oil anywhere remotely around this area, so we're going to have to really go further afield for it. Just stand still, damn it, while I kill you. See, this is why we need guns and bombs. Could have just emptied a full clip into him and we'd be dead. Right, back to the job at hand now. Where's that copper at? That's more iron ore, isn't it? It's not too bad, is it? We'll feed the belts over from there, no problem. Oh wow, a pure copper node, very nice. The rubber problem, how are we going to solve it for the factory? Well, I'm glad you asked. We've got two solutions here. We have oil in the southeast corner where we're at already, we're making rubber plastic there, or there is another deposit in the sort of western side of the map. Both of them roughly the same distance, maybe the western one slightly closer. Copper mines done, fantastic. Right now, next job, let's put these smelters down, we'll make the copper ingots and that'll get sent upstairs to make the wire somewhere, who knows where. Take another job off the list, there's the copper ingots finally finished. It was a bit fiddly, but we got there in the end. I'm doing it on the same floor as the iron ingots, I'm being a bit adventurous again today. Ooh, will I regret it? Maybe. So let's put the iron ore up to the next floor with this lift, and then we'll do the steel in the floor above. If I can manage to make it up the stairs without falling over like a drunk, that's a win. Yes, I've made a boo-boo. That's iron ingots coming up here. I need iron ore. So let's take this window out. We'll put a little platform on, and then we'll figure out about the lift getting the iron ore up to this level. We should have enough space to use all the lifts on this side. The iron ingots, the copper ingots will be on 2, and on the final one to the next floor we'll send the steel pipes. We'll have to be creative with the old coal, like I said. It'll have to come from the right hand side somewhere. We'll just have to figure out where. So next, let's put some steel foundries down. I think 3 should do it. We shouldn't need any more than that. Now that's all wired up and done. The iron ore is flowing. Let's go and figure the coal out, where we're going to get it from and where's it going to go to. Yeah, we've got to avoid that hypertube, haven't we? I guess we'll stick a 3-slot conveyor window in. We should only need 2 because it'll only be the coal and the black powder coming on this side. Don't forget to put the belts the right way you feel, otherwise the lifts won't work. There you go. Now let's head downstairs and we'll figure out where we're going to put these lifts. Oh wow, that's really lucky. That little angle on the hypertube, the lift's actually avoiding it, so we haven't even got to move it. I didn't realise that at the time. So this is a dead easy setup now. Let's try and get it to the right height. Yeah, we're going to have to move them belts. We'll just delete that, then relocate them to the lifts. So we got the black powder and the coal on this floor. We'll just sort the coal out now. We'll get this wide into the steel foundries and then we'll get some steel pipes made. Stick a big juicy fork in it, the pipes are done. It wasn't too bad really. So we'll build the walkways and we'll get to the next level. Look at the use of my hotkeys. Yeah, I did set them all up. I totally forgot to mention this. I'm so proud of myself. It only took us like, what, 12, 13 videos to remember to do it. So let's put 4 constructors down. 1 for the iron plates, 1 for the iron rods, for the wire and for the cable. Okay, now they're all sorted. Right, where do we put this manufacturer? This is going to be the hard part. It's going to have 4 inputs. So, yeah, we're going to need more floor as well, aren't we? Take 2, let's try this again. Let's get this manufacturer down. About there? Yeah, that'll do. Right, this is going to be a bit, slightly more tricky than normal. We're going to need 4 different inputs, so the belts are going to be at 4 different levels. I've never done 4 before, but hey ho, something new every day. The inputs for this machine are really fiddly. I'm guessing it's because all the splitters are so close together. It's took us a while to actually get the belt onto the second connection. So, I think it's only going to get worse for 3 and 4. And it was definitely as fiddly as I thought it was going to be. Never mind, it's all done now. So that's the beacons being sent upstairs eventually when I sort out the lifts for that. But we've got to go downstairs now because I've just remembered I haven't actually sorted the steel pipes out for the lift to come upstairs. Oh. Stupid, how can I forget that? Let's get the steel pipe sorted then. Luckily we've got a space slot on the old lifts. We can go right between the iron ingots and the copper ingots, straight the way to the top, where we're actually going to make the explosives and the bullets. And here we are guys, top level. It didn't take too long really. What do we need next? We need a manufacturer and we need an assembler. And we've also got to sort the rubber problem out. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I had a total mind blank there. And finally they're all sorted out. I put some rubber in just to make sure it's working, and there you go, the ammo is being built and the explosives, they're fully working right now. We've got to sort the belts all the way back to base, and we've got to put the observation deck on, And then we've got to go and sort the rubber out. Ugh, still quite a bit to do, guys. And the observation deck, that's all finished now, so let's jump in the old dune buggy and let's go and find us some oil from somewhere. Well, we've just about made it in one piece. It was actually quite a challenge to get here. First up, you had to blow all these rocks apart. I think there was 3 big rocks in the end. Then I had to kill so many animals I've lost track to get the power wires here. And then we've had to build a bridge right across this little mini lake here to get to the isle. Oh, I'm actually pretty exhausted. Now let's get the electricity sorted. There is some power poles in that direction, about 100 million miles away it feels like. Then we'll get the refinery sorted. Then somehow we'll make some rubber, and then we'll get the rubber to the ammo factory. Oh my god, there's quite a lot to do still. I'm keeping a good eye out here. Everywhere I turn there seems to be like a fire spewing dog somewhere, or the little bee creatures coming from somewhere. I've even had a pack of spiders. Oh, seriously stressed out. This is not a nice place to be in the map. Let's stick down some foundations, then we'll get the refinery built. I'm thinking 2 refineries, that should be more than enough. We're only going to be supplying 1 factory with rubber, and eventually it will get backlogged and stop altogether. Yeah, we'll go with 2. Looking at the distance from the oil wells to the oil refineries, the height distance, it's not massive. So at most, maybe 1 pump, that should keep the pressure high enough. As an added bonus of making the old rubber, we're left with heavy oil, which we then turn into petroleum coke. Normally, we just go and send that straight to the awesome sink, but this time, luckily, we're actually going to use that coke, because we can use that to refuel the vehicle in the little vehicle stop. We probably will have to put the awesome sink in at some point, otherwise the whole refinery will get backed up with coke. And say hello to the truck stop. We've never used one of these before. What it does virtually, you can see the little crane grabber. A truck drives under, it either loads something or unloads something. So we'll have one at this end and one at the other end of the factory. We'll load the rubber here, unload it at the other end. It's as simple as that, really. I was never a massive fan of these things. They always seem to get very buggy and just stop working. Hopefully, since it's been patched a few times since I've last used one, it might work okay. So we'll send the petroleum coke to it for the refueling and the rubber there as well. And what else have we got to do? And then we've got to program the route. Ugh, that's a thing in itself. If you do use the trucks, go back the route you think the truck's actually going to take and check it's okay. I mean, you can see there's actually a bit of a lip and a dip here, so the truck might get stuck. So all we'll do is we'll just make a few ramps, smooth it up, and then the road will be dead easy for it to get over. And there we go, a few minutes work, we made a little ramp. You could have it even smoother than this if you want, as long as you get it over any dips or rises, anything where the truck will get stuck. Anyway, let's get back to the base. We're going to set up the truck station on the other end. Normally I like to have the truck station right next to the factory or even under it in this case, but the land, it just wasn't flat enough. It was really awkward. There was a lot of dips, a lot of mountains, so I've stuck it here next to the miners. We'll just have to sort of weave the belts all the way back to the factory. It should be okay. Now that's all set up, grab yourself a truck or the really big truck, I can't remember what it's called offhand, and just build one, stick a bit of fuel in it. So all you do now is press the V key, then it'll come up with a little menu like this. Click start recording if you move the little thing around, and then move towards the truck stop. Wait a few seconds, roughly where the crane's going to be. Oh, I've missed that. I haven't mucked that up, haven't I? Should we go around again? You can edit the waypoints, so I tell you what, we'll do that on the way back, because you've got to do a full loop so the car knows exactly where to go. And here we are, I've made it back. I've done a full loop somehow. I did run out of fuel, so I had to go back, refuel it, and then start the recording again. If anything goes wrong, you just delete a waypoint that you're not happy with, and then redo it. That's all you do. It's as simple as that. And when you're finished, stop recording, and then set it on autopilot, and off it'll go. And there you go. I actually had to do this again. For some reason it bugged out. Like I said, it's very buggy. I used to always find it buggy anyway. But now it's working on autopilot. It'll deliver rubber. That'll be sent to the ammo factory and we will be getting bullets. Yes. There you go. It's off by itself now, doing its thing. So the next job to do to get it fully automated, and you can see there's the rubber. We've got to get that to the top floor so we can stick it in the old ammo machine so we're making bullets for fun. And we've managed to do that, so now let's get the belts fed all the way around to the machine. And finally, automated ammo and bomb production. There you go, everything's working as it should, the rubber's filling up. What have we got left to do? Well, I've got to do the hyper tubes all the way to the oil refinery in case anything goes wrong, so I can go back and forth. And we've got to send the belts all the way back to the main base so we can refill up the storage area. And what else? Let's have a think. Ooh, let's have some fun. All that hard work we've done today, well, it's just paid off there, hasn't it? Did you have fun? I just blew up everything I saw in sight. I went full hillbilly. So remaining jobs of the day, we've just got to get the belts all the way back to base. And what else? There was something else, wasn't there? Yes, hyper tubes to the oil refinery. That's it for the day. And then we can go and have a long rest. So I've done quite a bit of work off camera. All the hyper tubes are done. I've done all the belts all the way back to base to the storage. So let's go and check out, see if we've got some bombs and bullets. Yeah, the base is still a tad messy at the moment. I'm still making the odd computer here and there, but let's have a look. Look at that ammo. Loads of it. We're never going to run out, and plenty of explosives. Thinking ahead for the next episode, what we're going to do. Well, if we want to build the massive factories, we are going to run out of power. So we're going to need to build another power station. Another 48 generator one. I have been scouting around and I think I found a suitable location. There's 2 nodes, but they're both pure, so they should be able to supply all 48 power stations pretty easily. It's a bit of a drive, and it's through a gas field, so it's not going to be easy, I don't think. If we can get the power station built pretty quickly and there's no problems, I'd also like to do the heavy modular frame factory. It's a bit of a pig of a build. It's probably the most complicated factory we're going to do. Also, I'd like to start messing about with trains, trying to transport stuff around the different bases. But we'll see how we'll go. So I think I'll leave it there for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time for some more Satisfactory. Bye for now.